Hi, I'm Don Downs from Our Business Coach. Today I'm going to talk about a simple thing you can do to help make your dream of a healthy lifestyle more likely to be realized. A couple of days ago, I shot a video about can you afford to RV full time? And in that video, I made the argument you can afford not to RV full time. Quickly post a link to that video. In fact, in case you missed it, you can go back after this and watch it. But I want to make that clear that if you have this dream and you want it to happen, you're going to have to do things to make it happen. If you don't, it's not going to happen, right? All right, so what's the simple thing you can do to make it happen? And it's really pretty obvious. We need to make a goal out. Set a goal to make it happen. I guarantee you, if you don't set a goal, almost certainly doomed not to achieve it because it's just won't happen. But here's the thing, setting a goal isn't enough. You know why? Because 92% of the people who set a goal don't achieve it. So I looked before coming live here to try to find some stats on how many people actually set goals, and I didn't find numbers with good data behind them. They vary from 70% to 97%, but I couldn't find the associated research that came up with those numbers. But I think it's safe to say the vast majority of people aren't even going to set a goal. And then 92% of those who do aren't going to achieve it. So what do we do? Setting the goal is probably the easy part. What do we do to make sure that we can actually achieve that goal? There's actually three things I'll discuss with you in this video how to help achieve it. The first thing is to define your goal. Define it clearly. Use a framework. You've probably heard of the SMART framework. SMART, there's a couple of different acronyms for it. A common one is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. That's a common framework for achieving goals. I actually like the SMARTER framework that I got from Michael Hyatt. The SMARTER framework is specific, measurable, so those are the same. Actionable, want to make sure it's something you can do. So start it with the verb to make sure it's actionable. Not be more consistent, but write 5 blogs, whatever. Be very specific, make it actionable. Risky, that one sounds kind of fun, but you want it to be a stretch goal, not an impossible goal. I'm not going to make a goal that I'm going to start a business and make $2 million this year, but stretch it out some. Get out of your comfort zone, and that'll actually make you more likely to achieve it. You know, if I say I'm going to try to read 5 minutes a month, I'm probably going to get so bored with that goal that I forget to do it. Or if I say I'm going to read a book a month, that's a little bit more stretch. And finally, make it time keyed. Again, put a deadline on it, and then make it exciting. It's got to be something of interest to you. Hopefully, our being full-time is exciting for you. You know, if I say, well, the doctor wants me to be in better health, so I'm going to run 5 miles a day, but I hate running, I'm probably not going to achieve that goal. But if I make it something that relates to me, something exciting. So again, the SMARTER framework is specific, measurable, actionable, risky, time-keyed, exciting, and relevant. So that's step number 1. Define your goal and use a framework to make sure it's a relevant framework. Step 2, really simple. Write it down. Research has shown the very act of writing it down makes you 42% more likely to achieve it. Isn't that crazy? Just writing it down increases your odds of success 42%. But what's there to lose? Write it down. It will definitely help. And then the third thing you can do is set up accountability. Setting up accountability will increase your chance of success by as much as 95%. So depending on your style, there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you're really good at self-accountability, you can set up some self-accountability. I do that a lot. I have a checklist and tracking list to make sure that I'm staying to my goals. You can also set up an accountability group. I've done that as well. I have an accountability group that I'm in. We share a goal with each other and hold each other accountable to break that goal down into steps and then to achieve the steps as we go along. You can also hire an accountability coach or hire another coach who will hold you accountable. I certainly do that when working with my clients, is help hold them accountable to the goals that we set that we want to work on together. All right, so that's the 3 things you can do once you set your goal to make sure that you have a higher chance of success. Define it, write it down, and set up accountability. One other thing you need to do is get started. Don't wait for January 1st. There's no reason to sit here and wait for half a month before we start working on our goal. So go ahead and start working on your goal now. And the sooner you start it, the sooner it's going to come to fruition. So if you're trying to figure out what's the first step you can do to achieve that goal, I'm going to throw out an easy peasy step for you. Go download my guide, 7 Ways to Fund Your RV Lifestyle, because one of the first things you got to figure out is how are you going to afford to do this? So download my guide, 7 Ways to Fund Your RV Lifestyle. You can get it at rvbusinesscoach.com/7ways, rvbusinesscoach.com/7ways. Download that guide, and it will start you thinking about how you can afford it. If you've already downloaded it, you're getting emails to help you think about it more. Read those, respond to them, and reach out when appropriate, and it will help you achieve the goal. All right, that's it for now. Hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.